Today is Tuesday, November 15th, and God hates it when you do that.
I feel this renaissance coming.
Saw some crazy guy doing that on a corner on my way home, and I think LA crazy people have got the Austin crazy people beat. But it could be just because I live downtown LA as opposed to Austin, where I live in an actual neighborhood, not downtown Austin. So it's possible Austin crazies are just as crazy, if not crazier. So what has happened the past 2 weeks? My seasonal gig is over. It was a lot of fun. Hours were weird, but that was expected. We were warned ahead of time of that. And met some really cool people. Like I mentioned, Dan and Marcus, probably the closest of the friends I've made during that gig. Tons of fun. I look forward to doing it next year. Now that it's over, I'm on the job hunt again. And I don't know why it's so hard to get a job. I've got a good resume. We'll see how long this goes. For the meantime, I'm doing audience gigs and the delivery stuff. The audience gigs I'm starting to get more and more. Having a lot of fun with those. Still a couple of divas here and there, but you're going to get people like that in every kind of work you do. So learning to just deal with it. I'm really enjoying some of the stuff I'm seeing. I'm learning from some of the folks. Like one of them is a show called Fear Less, and it was a really cool show. Learning about entertainers and how they get to where they are and what they've gone through, and so yeah, it's nice to know I'm taking something away from this other than just entertainment and pay. What else is new? I caved. I paid for a parking spot. I am paying. I don't know if I should say. Maybe I should say. But either way, the company I'm using, I already don't like them. I've had them for a little over a week, and I would say, okay, let's say, honestly don't know because I don't feel like doing math. Let's say I've had them for 10 days. I've maybe actually parked in that actual... Aw, Corbin just puked. Let's say I've had the parking spot for 10 days. I've actually parked in the lot I paid for maybe 5 times. The company keeps renting out their lots for companies that are filming, so it's used the next day and they tell you to park at this other lot. And there was one night where I think I went through 6 lots before I actually got to a lot where I could park. One of them was open to the public, but it was just full because of all the closed ones. One of my favorite audience gigs is going to see At Midnight with Chris Hardwick. I have a lot of respect for Chris Hardwick and what he's done for the geek community as a geek himself. It's great to see people like us, people like me in the geek culture, getting somewhere and being able to do what they love and get paid for it. Now, this apartment. I posted a picture of the wonderful view I have from my window, as you can see here. And a friend of mine posted, be happy with what you have. And she doesn't know, so I don't want to call her out, but like, it was one of those, you don't know what my situation was before this. And it wasn't, granted, I don't really like it here. I do like that I have a place. So it was more of a joke sarcasm as opposed to anger sarcasm. But I do like it a little less and less almost every day. So the video, the window, that was a joke. But last week I came home. It was pretty late. I came home to a notice on my door saying that I hadn't paid rent when I dropped it off on the 2nd. And so I got that note on the 10th, so 5 days ago. And I tracked down the guy I deal with because for whatever reason, it seems like he's the only one who works here. But yeah, he was able to figure out what happened. Thankfully, I had my receipt stub from my money order, so he was able to track it down. They credited the wrong apartment. Yay. So last night, I had a hard time sleeping. I have occasional bouts of insomnia, and I was realizing, luckily, I think it only happened once, while I was living out of my car, and I think thinking about that kind of kept me awake throughout the night too. But I was thinking, I don't know where I'd be if I couldn't sleep at all in my car. My insomnia just kept me out all night. I think it only happened once, but I think it was because I was worried I was getting a migraine, because I'm also migraine prone. I got a lot of things wrong with this body, but thankfully, thankfully it didn't really happen too much, and hopefully whatever it was that was on my mind that kept me awake to begin with is done, because insomnia sucks. You would think, after all this time on this earth, all the practice I've had going to sleep and all the practice I've had getting up, I'd be good at it. But no, I still suck at falling asleep, and I still suck at waking up. What else? I heard back from Screen Junkies, and I did not get past the first round, which it was kind of expected, because I think they were looking for people who already have somewhat of a following, and I at this point in time, I have nothing for the public on my YouTube channel. Speaking of which, I started to think about other things I want to put up on my channel once this has gone on for a little while. I thought of about 3 bits that I'd like to try out. I'll record maybe 3 or 4 each one and then post them each week, and depending on likes, dislikes, comments, followings, all that kind of stuff, I'll decide whether or not to keep it going, much like this video. Beginning of January, I'm going to a friend's wedding in Austin, one of my besties. He's part of my original 4 Ninja Turtle best friends back in Austin. I, of course, am Michelangelo, because I'm the handsome one. No, because, Mikey's the funny one, and I'm funny looking. But also, speaking of acting, my agent got me an audition. My agent got me an audition. Yay, him. I go tomorrow for one of those weird, it's the cold season, this is what you do to not get it, or make it go away. So we'll see how that goes. I don't expect to get it, because I don't think I will, but I'm just excited that I finally have an audition for something that he submitted me for. I don't feel like I'm alone in my journey anymore. Well, I still kind of feel a little bit alone in me trying to pursue this career, because I don't want to think everything's going to turn around magically, because I already did that a couple of times and it didn't. So, but it's good to know he's making an attempt, and hopefully it's not the last audition he'll get me. And I think I've blabbed on for long enough, but it's been... What's my struggle of the week? I totally forgot about the struggles. My struggle, getting a job. My struggle is to get a job. That's all there is to it. So, until next time, be excellent to each other.